There, guys, welcome back. We are talking about weight loss made simple, and this is the 6th video that we're gonna have for this. And it's a bit, I'm gonna be honest, this one is a bit of a addendum to number 5. Number 5 was consistency over time, adherence over time is truly the thing that's going to help create a healthy lifestyle for you. And it's understanding that health and not having health, it's a spectrum. Okay, it's not like this thing you have, you either are healthy or you're not healthy. That's not how it works. You're either gaining health through good habits and consistency and a sense of curiosity and learning and trying, like trial and error, or you're slowly losing it through either ignoring it, acting like it doesn't exist, or placing other things in front of it. Okay, so it is this spectrum. And we're always on this journey because I'm in this body and I'm trying to learn and I'm trying to grow and I'm trying to be healthy and I'm aging. So some things are working against me, but the amount I'm learning is going up. So that's kind of, balancing things out. And the longer I do this, the more consistent I can be. So I'm kind of offsetting the negatives of aging and things like that with more understanding, more wisdom, more grace, more compassion. Okay. So this one we're going to talk about. This number 6 is going to be about having a plan, and that is going to reinforce number 5. It's going to help you to be more adherent to the things you've decided are important, okay, which is hopefully being healthy and being at a solid weight for yourself. Like I've said in all the other videos, is being at a good weight for your body is literally the largest net gain in health that you can get. If you're a lady and you're at like 40 to 50% body fat percentage and you drop that down to somewhere in the 30 to even in the high 20s, every health marker you have is going to improve. It's just going to improve. Your insulin sensitivity is going to go up. Your hormone balance is going to go up better. Your brain fog is going to be more limited. Your energy levels are going to be better. Your sex drive is going to be better. Your sleep is going to be better. Everything's going to go up. And if you're sleeping better and you have better hormonal balance, you are just healthier in general. Okay, you're more productive. You have more to offer to your family. These things are super important. So health is not just having abs or not having abs or having a nice butt and not having a nice butt. Those are trade-offs. Those are like, in Louisiana, what we would say, that's lagniappe, that's extra. Okay, those are extras. That's great. That's lagniappe. Okay, but they are not the only thing. The key is health. All right. So number 6 is having a plan of weight loss made simple. Okay, number 6, have a plan. There's a reason why even things that are not the best strategies or maybe even not the best program, like for instance, like Weight Watchers, which if you've been on Weight Watchers and you've gotten success, great. I'm extremely happy for you. I don't think it's the best plan because, and I can get into that. I don't need to defend that position necessarily, but things like Optiva and these kind of smoothie diets where you're eating all these processed foods and stuff, even those can be very successful because you have a plan, you have a strategy, you have a schedule. There is a plan in place for you to follow. So even with the not the greatest strategy, having a plan makes the odds of success go up dramatically, okay? So the key here, number 6 is don't just wing it. Have a plan. Look at your schedule. Okay, for instance, one of the things you can do to have a plan is you can prep meals. Like if you know that at lunch, that is when you're going to go off the rails and you're going to make bad decisions and you're not going to you're not going to be that person in the lunch crowd who's like, hey man, can we not go eat the pizza buffet? Can we maybe go somewhere that has like some lean proteins and some vegetables? Some of us want to live, some of us want to live longer. You might not be that person. You might not be the person who's willing to stand up and say, I don't eat like that, dude. I'm not going there. But you know that at lunch is where you're going to go off the rails and it's going to set you back. Having a prepared meal in the refrigerator with you, or at work or at home, wherever you are, takes all of that decision making out. Why? Because you already made the decision when you prepared that meal. So there's no deciding now. Okay? You just eat what you made and you go about your work and do your day. If you're the kind of person who, at dinner, when you know you're going to get home and you don't want to have to decide what to eat or what to cook, you're tired, your kids are cranky, your husband's cranky, your wife's cranky, whatever, having a meal planned takes out the emotional guesswork or the emotional strain of trying to figure out what to do. You can do that with having cooked the day before, like use the crock pot and cook the day before, or you just know all the ingredients. You already made a list of meals for this week. Like my family, we choose 3 meals every week, just 3, and we make enough to have leftovers. Okay, why? Because I only want to cook 3 dinners. I don't want to cook 7. I don't want to do that. I have too much work to do, and I have too much going on, and I want to spend time with my family rather than, and I do all the cooking. So I want to spend time with my family hanging out rather than cleaning dishes and cooking all the time. Okay. So what do? We choose 3 meals. We make sure that they're big enough proportioned wise that we can all eat it 2 nights in a row. Okay. So for instance, the other night we made a chili. Actually, I made enough chili that it went for like 3 days. I don't have a problem eating like that. But what that did was we all knew what we were eating. No one had to guess. No one had to be like, well, what are we going to cook? Oh my God, I'm tired. Let's just order pizza. We didn't do any of that. It was in the refrigerator. I cooked it in the Instapot. It took 30 minutes to cook it all, and it fed us for 3 days. My family of 3, we ate for 3 days on that chili. Okay? Planning ahead. Making a list of meals, getting the groceries, and having it all in the refrigerator and ready to go, so there's no decision making that needs to be done when you're tired. Okay? Being tired and hungry and hangry at the same time is just going to make bad decisions easier to make. Okay? Because when we get emotional, we tend to not think logically, we tend to think emotionally. So it's easier if that decision's already been made. Okay? Another thing is just making sure your refrigerator is stocked with food that is healthy. Like, don't stock your refrigerator with foods you can't eat or you shouldn't be eating. And if you're in one of those families that, you're the one who's trying to eat healthy and nobody else wants to eat healthy, you have some decisions to make there, obviously. But a great strategy and part of this plan is making sure you have the good foods that you want to eat, that you need to eat, readily available, and either hiding or not buying the foods that are less health promoting, right? We also know from studies that the foods you leave out on the counter are more likely to be eaten. Okay? So if you leave fruit and, like your fruit and your tomatoes and stuff out on the counter, you're more likely to choose those things rather than if you leave cookies and cakes and stuff on the counter. You're more likely to choose those things. So having a plan, setting up your environment to win. These are big deals. I have a lot of clients who meal prep. They take Sunday. On Sunday afternoon, what they do is they make a grocery list. Well, first of all, they make a meal list. Then they make a grocery list, and they go pick up those groceries, and they take an hour or two to prep lunches or dinners, whichever, or both. They prep those in Tupperware. They cook it all in bulk in Tupperware. They eat roughly the same thing, each day, which if you're going to be healthy, I'm going to be honest with you. If you're going to be healthy and you're going to have good habits and you want to be at a good weight for your body, you're going to have to let go of some of the entertainment of food and embrace some of the monotony. If you really think about it, humans historically have eaten very monotonously. And historically, we have been relatively healthy up until like the last 150 years. It's whenever we got a huge amount of variety, a huge amount of processing, a huge amount of choice, where health really started to decline. What do they create? Something like 600 to 800 new food items every year in the United States. And those food items really only have very similar ingredients: fat, sugar, salt, seed oils, and tons of gluten, and very little protein. Okay, but they're all some combination of those things and flavorings to create these new food items. But the sheer quantity and variety is what causes problems. So eating a little more monotonously, and taking some of the emotion out of food is really helpful when it comes to eating healthy. And then when you do want to kick your heels up, you can get excited about going out and having burgers with your friends, a burger and a beer, whatever, or having pizza from time to time. That's great, right? You actually get more enjoyment out of it because you're not having this dopamine hit all the time every time you eat. You're eating for function most of the time, and then you eat for fun every once in a while. If you reverse that, eating for fun all the time and then trying to eat for function for health, it's no fun, okay? So point 6 is have a plan. Be responsible enough to make a plan and take control of your time and your energy, and make sure that you're taking some of the guesswork, some of the emotional decision making out of the way, okay? If you're not the person who cooks in your family, talk to the person who does and see if you can get them on board with this plan, okay? If your kids are the problem, remember, you're the adult. I tell my daughter all the time, this is what I made. If you don't like it, you don't have to eat it, but I'm certainly not making anything else. So you're either going to be hungry, or you're either going to eat this, you're going to be hungry, or you're going to go cook something yourself. And then you're going to clean that up, because I'm not cleaning it up either. So having a plan and then sticking to your guns, super helpful, okay? So you're going to increase your adherence, which is going to increase your success greatly when it comes to health, getting to a healthy weight, and making sure that you are thriving in the long run, okay? So make a plan, do your best to stick to it. Remember, grace, compassion. When you do mess up, just get back on track. Don't condemn yourself. Don't feel guilty. Don't feel regret. Just get back on track and start the next day. It's going to work out just great, all right?